Hello everyone, welcome to class. This is Mathematics with Teacher Abbas and we are taking simultaneous equation by method of elimination. So remember in the last class we talked about simultaneous equation by method of substitution. We'll be looking at method of elimination today. Alright, so let's see the steps we take. Number one, arrange the equations clearly. Make sure your equations are arranged clearly. Then number two, make the coefficient of one variable equal. So the variable that you want to eliminate, you make the coefficient of that variable in the two equations to be equal. Okay, and number three, we eliminate one of the variables. How do we eliminate? There are two things to do. Now you either add or you subtract. It depends on the signs of the coefficient of that variable that you want to eliminate. So if the signs are opposite, you add the equations, you add the two equations if the signs are opposite, and then you subtract the equations if the signs are the same. So if the signs are the same, you subtract. Okay, number four, solve for the remaining variable. That means after eliminating one variable, so you'll be left with only one variable and then you solve for it. When you are done solving for that variable, you take number five, which is substitute back and find the second variable. All right, so let's see what we have. Let's solve so that we understand the steps better. Excuse. Okay, number one, solve these simultaneous equations using elimination method. Using elimination method. All right, so solution. So let's see, we have 5a minus 2b equal to 14, and then we have 2a plus 2b equal to 14. Okay, like I said, in elimination method, what you do, look at the equations. We have two equations. This is equation 1 and then this is equation 2. So we'll carefully look at the two equations, and then we'll see what from there we'll see what to do. Which the first thing we are going to do is to check if the equations are clearly arranged. If they are clearly arranged, excuse me. Okay, so I think they are clearly arranged there. Variables are on one side and then the numbers are on the other side. So they are clearly arranged. Number two is that we are going to check, or we are going to make one of the variables to have the same coefficient. The same coefficient there means one can carry minus, one can carry plus, and then that way we now have the third one. So but for the second one, let's see. Um A A carries coefficient of 5, and then A carries coefficient of 2. Then B carries coefficient of minus 2 and B carries coefficient of plus 2. So we can see that we have what we need, 2, 2. We have the coefficient there to be the same. So in this question, they've already made one of the coefficients, or they've already made the coefficient of one of the variables to be the same. So we are not going to have much work to do here. So we are now going to go to equation 3 and rule 3, that's step 3, to see what we are going to do. So step 3 said that we are to eliminate one of the variables. How do we do that? You add the equations if the signs are opposite, or you subtract if the signs are the same. So if we check, our signs here are opposite, minus and plus. So that means we are going to do addition, plus we are going to add the two variables. So let's add and see what will happen. All right, so this implies if we add these equations, let's see, 5a plus 2a, 5a plus 2a, that will give us 7a. And then if we come to this side, we must take note of the minus signs. We'll be having minus, let me do that here, minus 2b, then plus plus 2b. Take note of the signs. So that means minus 2b plus 2b, and that will be equal to 0. So that will give us 0 will be here, and then it's equal to 14 plus 14, that will give us 28. Alright, so we divide both sides by 7, divide by 7, then our a will be equal to 4. Our a will be equal to 4. So we'll substitute the value of a, substitute a equal to 4 into, we'll pick any of the equations into equation, let's pick equation 1. Alright, let's pick equation 1. Okay, let's do with equation 2. Equation 2. Alright, so let's see what we have. I'm going to bring that to this side. So if we take that, our equation 2 already says 2a plus 2b equal to 14. So what do we have? Our a is 4. So 2 bracket 4 plus 2b equal to 14. That means 8 plus 2b equal to 14. So 2b equal to 14 minus 8, 2b equal to 6, all over 2, all over 2, b is equal to 3. So therefore, our a equals to 4 and our b is equal to 3. Alright, so that's what we have solving this using elimination method. Right, let's go to question number 2. So you can do your check for you. You can substitute the values of a and b into equation 1 and equation 2, and then check if they are going to give you 14 and 14. All right, so let's see. Number 2, we have 3x plus 2y equal to 12, and then 5x minus 3y equal to 1. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Equation 1 and equation 2. So let's see what will happen here. Now we are going to check. I think these equations are arranged. Variables are on one side, numbers on one side. Alright. So we'll now check. Do we have any variable that has the same coefficient for the two equations? If we consider x, 3-year, 5-year, not the same. Consider y, 2-year, 3-year, so they are not the same. So we need to make one of the variables to have the same coefficient. So you are the one to decide which one you want to make to have the same coefficient. Either you decide to make x or you decide to make y. So alright, so let's go with x. Let's decide to eliminate x, and then this is 3, this is 5. So you ask yourself, at what point do these two numbers meet together? What's the smallest number that these two numbers will meet? That's what's the smallest multiple. That's the lowest common multiple of 3 and 5. So at what point will they meet together? They will meet together at 15. That's the lowest common multiple. There are other numbers that they meet together, but the lowest is 15. So that means we are looking at if we can make this be 15 and make this be 15. It's easier, because if I multiply 3 with 5, I will get 15. And if I multiply 5 with 3, I will get 15. So, but since we are dealing with an equation, you don't just multiply one number. If you are multiplying, you have to multiply the whole equation. So if you are multiplying this with 5, you have to multiply this with 5, multiply this with 5, the whole equation. If you are multiplying this with 3, you have to multiply this with 3, you have to multiply this with 3 also. So that's the principle. So we are going to do equation 1 times 5, and then equation 2 times 3. That is what we'll be doing. So equation 1 times 5, that will give us what? That will give us 5 times 3x, that will be 15x plus 2 times 2y, that will give us 4y, equal to 2 times 12. What's 2 times 12? 2 times 12 will give us 24, right? So we can call this equation 3 because we've done a little adjustment to it. And then we move to equation 2. Equation 2 times 3, that will give us 3 times 5x here, that will be 15x. And then minus 2 times 3y, that will give us 6y, equal to 2 times 1, that will be 2. And we can call this equation 4. Alright, so let's see. We are looking at eliminating x. Remember, the variable we want to eliminate determines what we will do, not all the variables. The variable that we want to eliminate determines if we are going to add the equations or we subtract the two equations. So let's come here. Equation one, our variables x here, the variable x in equation 1 has coefficient of 15 and also has coefficient of 15 here, and they are plus plus, so that's same sign. So what do we do here? When they are same sign, the rule says we should subtract. So listen, it is not y, we are not eliminating y, so we don't, it's not y that will determine what we'll do. Since we are eliminating x, it is the coefficient of x that will determine if we are going to add or we are going to subtract. Alright, so let's subtract and see what that will give us. 15x minus 15x, that will give us 0, and that will be gone. Now we must take note of the signs here. This is plus 4y. Now the minus here, minus, and then our minus 6y here, minus 6y. You must take note of that. Alright, so let's see. That will give us what? That will give us 4y. Oh, I'm sorry. This shouldn't be 4y. This should be, equation 1 was multiplied by 5. So I was multiplying by 2. Equation 1 was multiplied by 5. So that should give us something separate. Okay. So let's see. 5 times 2 here. 5 times 2 will give us 10y. Sorry for that mistake. 5 times 2 will give us 10y. And then 5 times 12 will give us 60. Will give us 60. Sorry. Alright. And then this one was multiplied by 3. This was multiplied, equation 2 was multiplied by 3. I think there's also a mistake there. Alright, so equation 2 was multiplied by 3. So 3 times 3y, that would be 9y. And 3 times 1, that would be 3. Okay, so let's see, let's continue. So that means we will be getting, plus 10y minus 9y. That means 10y plus 9y, which is what? Which is 19y. So we have 19y, and then 60 minus 3, that will give us 57. So if we divide both sides by 19, our y will be equal to what? Our y will be equal to 3. Y will be equal to 3. So what we do there? We substitute y equals to 3 into equation what? Into equation, let's pick equation 1. So what would that give us? Equation 1 says 3x plus 2y equal to 12. That's what equation 1 says. So we'll substitute the value of y. So that will give us 3x plus 2 bracket y is 3 equal to 12. And then we'll be getting 3x equal to 12 minus 6, and then 3x equal to 6. So we divide both sides by 3, so our x will be equal to 2. So meaning our x equal to 2 and our y is equal to what? 3. Our x equal to 2 and our y is equal to 3. Please take note of the corrections that was done here. Please take note of that. We're multiplying equation 1 by 5 and multiplying equation 2 by 3. Equation 2 by 3. All right. So that's what we have. You can check the answers. You can check x and y by substituting them into the equations. All right. So we move to the third one. Move to the third question. We have 3f. Okay, I think what we'll do there is if you look at the question, that question needs arrangement. It's not arranged. How do we arrange? The variable should be on one side and then the number should be on the other side. So let's see. Let's pick this minus 4e to this side and then let's start with e. So minus 4e crossing down here will give us 4e, then plus 3f equal to 4. And then this other side we have 2e here already, then plus 5f coming down will be minus 5f, and that will be equal to what? Equal to 15. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. All right, so let's see. We do not have the any variable that has the same coefficient here. No variable has the same coefficient. E carries 4 here and E carries 2 here. F carries 3 and F carries 5 here. So we don't have anyone that has the same coefficient. So we need to make one of the variables to have the same coefficient. So let's go with what do we say, equation. Let's go with E. Okay, let's go with E. Let's eliminate E. E is 4 here and E is 2 here. So at what point, what's the LCM? The LCM will be 4. All right. So the LCM, so they will be the same at when E is equal to, or when the coefficient of E is 4. So that means equation 1 already has the 4. It's equation 2 that we need to multiply to give us 4. Equation 1 already has 4. Equation 2 is what we need to multiply so that we can have 4. So that means equation 1 times 1, that one doesn't need any changes. And then equation 2 times 2. So equation 1 times 1 means it will remain the same. So that's 4e plus 3f equal to 4. And then equation 2 times 2, that will be 4e minus 10f equal to 2 times 15 will be 30. All right. So this is equation 3 and then this is equation 4. All right. So let's see, what do we do? Same sign or different signs? The one we want to eliminate, remember, that's the one that determines what we'll use. So we have plus here and plus here, same sign. That means we are going to subtract. So 4e minus 4e, that will give us 0 and that will be out. Then we have 3f, that's plus 3f minus 10f. That will be 3f plus, take note of that, plus what? Plus 10f. That will make it 13f. So we'll be having 13f here. And then 4 minus 30. 4 minus 30 will give us minus 26. So we'll have equal to minus 26. And then we divide both sides by 13. And then divide both sides by 13. So our f is equal to what? Is equal to minus 2. Our f equal to minus 2. So from there we make some substitution. Then we say substitute f equal to minus 2 into equation, which equation? We can pick equation 1 into equation 1. Right, so let's substitute that and see what we are going to get. So if we substitute that, we have that equation 1 says 4e plus 3f equal to 4. And then our 4e equal to, 4e plus 3, our f is what? Minus 2 equal to 4. So 4e minus 6 equal to 4. All right. 4e minus, I hope I've not made any mistake there, minus 6 is equal to 4. Okay. So 4e equal to 4 plus 6. 4e is equal to 4 plus 6. And then 4e equal to 10. So if we divide both sides by 4, our e is equal to what? Divide this will give us 2 whole number 1 all over 2. Right, so that means our e is equal to 2 whole number 1 all over 2, and our f is equal to minus 2. Okay, so that's what we do in elimination method. First thing first, make sure the equations are arranged clearly. The second one, make one of the variables to have the same coefficient, and then the third one, you eliminate that variable that you've made to have the same coefficient. How do you eliminate? If it has the same signs, we have the same sign as if the coefficient carries the same sign, then you subtract, and if the coefficient carries different signs, you do what? You add, and then you can now complete it from there. All right, so activity questions here, you have 8 questions. Carefully follow these steps, and then you solve them. If you have any challenge, you can drop a message in the comment section. I will be there to attend to you. So that's it. Please carefully go through the activity questions. Simultaneous equations, a very important topic at the high school level. All right. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the video to the end. This is simultaneous equations by elimination method. Do well to like, subscribe, and also share these lessons to others. So see you in our next class.